I do really like this against the Eldrazi. I do really like it against the Eldrazi. Just cut one Cryptic entirely. We could, Dallas. Just go ahead and cut one Cryptic. Cut 3 lands, says Joe. No, we do need to make our land drops. And the Talaria Wests aren't actually true land drops. LeScrub says, what is Torpor Orb good against? All of the end of the battlefield triggers. Spread's probably still just better, says Sweet Gap. The problem is it doesn't happen fast enough, though. Vic says, don't know about main deck Torpor. Well, the thing is when we sideboard into the Snapcasters, once we're no longer on the possibilities plan, the Torpor Orb loses a lot of its effectiveness, and then we probably cut it. I think in the deck we're trying to control cards worth any less than cantrips, says Ewok. Well, okay, that's another thing you could do, is you could just put all the claims in the sideboard, and then you could main deck the Electrolyze. I still like a Miser C, though. Team Juco says, cut 2 Cryptics because we're in a living world of aggro, the Gathering. So just go ahead and cut some Cryptics? Okay. Okay. I was trying not to cut them because we had somebody generously donate 3 Cryptics, and if he logs on and sees that I'm only running 2, he might be sad, but okay. I'm down, it makes sense. It's logical. Ate a Hot Pocket, feel like death. Dino! Poor decision. You should have had one of these. You should have had one of... I mean, not a half-eaten apple, but you get the picture. Vic says Cryptics are only hard count. I feel like every game we're hoping to draw more and more of them. I don't know, I feel like 3 is like a nice number. I seriously... Here, hang on, guys. When people donate cards to the stream, I really, really like running them as long as I can. For example, the Jeskai Ascendancy deck I showed you a few minutes ago, that one of Idyllic Tutors, somebody forked out some... Like, the card's like 10 tickets. So I've still been running it. I don't even know if it's right anymore, but I'm still running it. I'm going to keep running it, you know? Cryptic has a lot of nice text, but being 4 mana to not actually do anything is really bad. Why did I eat the Pocket of Hotness? Time to donate 4 Alabaster Leeches. Machine says, why is there no Remand? Ah, that's a good question. We used to run a playset. Like, the deck actually started with a playset of Remands. Let me show you. Machine. We actually began... The deck began with a playset of Remand, right? The deck started here. And we actually didn't have any Cryptics. Cryptics... Remand is fine. I actually really like Remand. We could literally just do that. And then put all the Seize claims in the board for only when we're playing against specifically the Eldrazi monster. And then I just need to find some cuts here and there. Team Dreamcrush says the deck still feels like a Remand deck. Joe says, have I considered brewing around Hide Seek? I have put Hide Seek in Wishboards before. I actually had a Hide Seek in a Teachings deck way back when Modern was a lot more nice. A lot more kind. 2 Shackles, 2 Moons. Remand's usually garbage, but if you're defending a combo or bouncing your own spell back, it's good. Yeah. Remand is hot garbage right now in Modern. It's a scary place. That used to be like a card. So you guys don't like the Cryptic Commandos? Okay. And then maybe cut a claim, because maybe, like, my claim to fame that Spreading Sea is just so awesome in that matchup, maybe we still only... Like, maybe you still only run 2 of that card. I also don't like that we don't curve now, but it's okay. We're, like, really heavy on the turn 2 plays, but that's okay. Modern was kind? Yeah, there was a time when Modern was kind. I was playing, like, 3 or 4 color Teachings, like, way back. And I would win with kitties. I missed that deck. That was years ago. That was years ago. I feel like Modern is just trying to meta call right now since the banning. We need you, Splinter Twin. You were horrible, but consistent horrible. Yeah. Modern was fairly kind when Bloodbraid Elf and Deathrite Shaman. We could try this. You guys think this is the build? I mean, it's also a lot of Izzet Charms. I like at least running 2 Izzet Charm. Spreading I like, claim I don't. You need the card advantage and claim is always negative. Okay, okay. You know what? Fine. I'll cut him. I miss it already. I miss it already. It just feels so sweet when you place that delicately upon their Eye of Eugene. So we need 1 more card in the main deck and 2 more in the side. And you guys actually want me to main deck the Chalice so we can beat Burn? Game 1, I'm down. Ewok says I'm going to keep insisting on serums. As well as combo mode. Sweet Gab says I like serum. Okay. Okay. I just really hate that cantrip. I wish... What's so wrong with preordain, guys? Excuse me. I guess, as much as I hate Serum Visions, at least it makes us curve. Sona says, where are the Sim and Spirit Guides? They interrupt the combo. Possibility Storm. If you run Serum, you definitely won't run the Chalice. Unenthusiastic! Science rules. Thanks for the follow, Reno, man. Welcome to the show. Preordain did nothing wrong. As soon as it says, oh wait, no you can't, abort, abort! They're creatures! I'm glad you figured it out though. Well honestly, if they're burn or infect, my visions and my ults do very little anyway, so I actually don't think it's crazy to still run the Chalice. If it turns off way more cards in your opponent's deck, and only turns off a couple of yours, yeah, you definitely still slam Marino. Also, this lets us beat, everybody's trying to jam, like, I saw some people jamming Living End, actually. This lets us beat Living End. Just tutor this up. They're like, I need a Beast Within. Counter the Beast Within. About Rituals, says Ascendance. Yeah, you can run Rituals. But don't forget, we're also a control deck. Just because we're combo game 1 doesn't mean that, you know, Pentad Prism. I kind of just like controlling the game until we get to the 5 mana, though. Like, just make our land drops. I feel like 26 land should enable us to make those land drops. It really should. Clearly, we need to master the components in case we draw the Emmy. No, Team Dream Crush, we have a tutorable lighthouse. We have a tutorable lighthouse. So you can turn 3 transmute for lighthouse, turn 4 loot, the Emrakul away, turn 5 combo. Team Dream Crush says run Faithless looting. Yeah, Izzet Charm, Lighthouse. I mean, somebody was saying, you know, maybe you should sideboard one of the 3 shackles, maybe you should sideboard one of the moons, and maybe you should sideboard the Anger of the Gods. You know, you could do that too. The second Anger of the Gods. And then we gotta cut one more card entirely from the list. I like Faithless better than Izzet Charm in a world of non-interactivity. They're both discarded. Izzet Charm and Faithless are both card disadvantage if you use the looting mode. I still like the 3rd moon. I mean, there was a reason I was running these cards. Are we sure about the serum? Team says you want to play a control deck, Mario, you're going to have a bad time. Speak from experience. No, we're not a control deck, Team Grush. We're a combo deck. I mean, maybe you guys saying running rituals is not crazy. Yeah, I mean, we could, like, put some rituals in this thing, and then we're blood mooning faster, but then when we sideboard... Like, there's certain matchups where the Snapcaster controlling your opponent is perfectly fine. Like, you've got, you know... Like, against Burn, we'll bring in the Snapcaster package. Against, we could run, like, a Miser Dismember. I have a Dismember. We could run a Dismember. That's not terrible in the meta. Yes, that's the name of the song, Sweet Gab. Just saying we don't want to be trying to interact. That's true. Like, game one, we don't need to be interacting. We need to be mooning and we need to be storming. I understand that, Team Dream Crush. I do. I understand what we're trying to do here, more or less. Like, we're trying to not worry about interacting game one, and then game two. Game two, if they are a deck that interacting with actually works, then we'll do it. That's kind of why I tailored my game one so heavily for the Eldrazi match, because I feel like a lot of other decks, if it is a different deck, which it usually isn't, in the leagues anyway, right now, you can at least sideboard and you have a reasonable matchup. I mean, you shouldn't throw away the entire first match, though. I understand, like, why maybe the Seas claims were too deep and spreading Seas might still just be better. Amplive says you have to interact with your opponent when yours is slower. Go in all rituals. Lotus, Pentad Prism, says Ascendancy. Well, what would that look like? Okay, okay. I don't actually have Lotuses, by the way. Like, my favorite ritual is this one, Desperate. Desperate Ritual is my favorite ritual because you can splice it when you have two. So if you have 3 mana, you hold priority, splice the other ritual onto the ritual, and then ritual again, and then you get to the possibilities. Like, if there's any ritual I would run a playset of, it would be this one. Just because of the splice potential. Team says play a faster deck. Well, ritual gives us turn 2 Blood Moon. Prism's interesting. Dino says run Pentad to get closer to 5. Isn't Shackles kind of off the game plan? Is it? Rituals are not awful. I'm just saying, if there's any ritual I play, it'd be Desperate. Now, let's see what the deck looks like, though. Maybe we're not trying to remand and interact at all. Game 1. Pyretic. What about Pyretic? Apparently I have a random foil Pyretic. Okay. Someone says if we go this route, I'm pretty sure Hive Mind combo will just be better. Bob says I like Ritual over Shackles. Well, we could put the Shackle controlled side of the deck in the sideboard. Seething Song is banned. Yeah, Dallas Star is right, it's banned. I don't hate this idea. It's all good, Captain Cody. Don't sweat it, man. We're here to learn. This is a good community. You guys are definitely allowed to make mistakes here, as I do. I make mistakes too. Dino says, I feel like the deck now is going 2 ways. One is too close to nauseum. The old other blue, white, red twin with interaction ways to disrupt your opponent, gain some tempo. Don't think there's a good in between and the deck should pick a side. Okay. Well, I actually prefer the controlling side and then you win with the storm. But if the meta doesn't allow for that. Like, somebody actually, Dino, somebody, I heard there was like a Reddit post that somebody told me about in a couple streams ago. And they were saying that somebody tested heavily the Eldrazi, various flavors of Eldrazi against Splinter Twin, and Splinter Twin was consistently losing. So maybe we really should just go all in on the possibilities game 1. Spawn should go